Entered this trade in the E period when we pulled back to that spot I have highlighted there. It's the overnight high. It's the high from yesterday. I put an order in right there at the actually at the 2150, which was the high from yesterday. And I really didn't think it was going to pull back this far, so I almost closed this trade out. But it does test that low here in a second. But it doesn't break the D low, so I felt okay with that. And then my next goal was to get over, back over that high from yesterday and overnight high. I want to see it get back into that node that's over, this area that we're at right now. So I have that arrow. My first target, I'm looking, well, there's my 27 ticks there. And then that second target line would be at that POC from the overnight. Kind of adjust the targets. I'm also watching that the top node, see if we start selling off from there. If we can't break that E high, or if it starts selling off hard from that little node at the top right there, then I'd want to get out of this. This video is sped up about 4 times what it originally was. It was about 20 minutes long, and you'll see this in about 5 minutes. And I felt like the ultimate move was to get to that, that low from, I think that's the 4th there. So, I was kind of getting in late in the move, and I thought, the other option for this would be that it's going to fall back in. If it started selling off from here, it's going to fall back in and head towards that POC. So I wanted to be out of this. And at a certain point here, I moved the stop up. And I'm not real happy with the entry. I should have got, that's right at the edge of my, my stop limit. That line I just put in is for 20 ticks. So like I was saying, I moved my stop up because I'm not real happy with the entry. And I thought if we started to rotate, there's a good chance they're going to take me out, but maybe I would have a chance to either get back in, or like I said, this would start to fall back into the range from earlier, headed towards that POC. So my first target's there at the 27 ticks. There I highlighted the POC from the overnight, which is, the overnight from yesterday. You can see I'd moved the target up to the 3150, which is where the 40 ticks is at. Because I wanted to front run that POC, which was my 27 ticks. So I thought that worked out good. And then I was thinking that if we pushed right through that POC, it's either going to turn there, or if we pushed right through it, I'd easily get my 40 ticks because I thought they would be heading to that low from the 4th. I also pointed out that there's the weekly POC up there and the the POC from the 4th. That could be an obvious target that ultimately they're headed for. But I would be out of this trade by the time we got to that red line at the 33.25. Either way, if I was going for that POC, then I would I'd get out of this trade and I would look for another setup. I think it would go towards that POC, come back, bounce off that low, the red line, and then continue through that on the 4th value area. Here it's just kind of grinding around. I put that 20 tick line in there because I thought if we got over that, if we push that top again, I would move the stops up to that 20 ticks, and I would at least take the 20 ticks out of it. I wasn't going to let it come back against me again. So I think this could have easily turned into a rotation if we got into the next time period. It's not to say that it won't go where I think it's going to go, just that I didn't want to, take that rotation all the way back down. I have to wait for it to come all the way back up. And I felt like it would take out my stops in that rotation because we'd probably test that, overnight high again. Right there, it pushed through, took out my first target. I really thought it was going to take off from here and hit that, the red line, the low from the 4th. But it kind of stalls around. And as it pushes up this second time, I'm going to adjust that stop at the right there at the 28.25. That's my 27 ticks. So as it went up through that, I adjusted that and just figured it, I'm either going to get my 27 ticks or I'm going to get my 40 ticks. There, to me, it looked like it was going to take off. So I thought, I would just keep moving that stop up. But it did come back and take me out right there at the 27 ticks.